Good morning, everybody. Today I'm starting again with my training to get fit. I'm using the yellow Trike. This isn't the Trike I intended to use when I cycle to Africa. This Trike, the purpose of this Trike is basically to get fit and to start some sort of a training program. Last week I did 14 kilometers. This week I want to do 20 kilometers today, and then again Wednesday another 10 kilometers, and then again next week Saturday another 20 kilometers. The reason that I need to train, number one, I'm extremely unfit. I've got this big trip that's going to be happening at the end of the month, end of July, where I'll be cycling from my home in Gori all the way to Bray to where I work. And the purpose of that journey or that trip is to collect food, canned food for people in need in Ireland. I've got my little picker here. I pick up cans on the side of the road that have been thrown out by people. While driving out of their car windows, and I get 15 cents per can. These are just a few cans I've already picked up this morning. 15 cents per can or bottle. Hectic, my picker is not doing too well. And this all gets donated to charity, 100% the money I get from this. I've already donated €210 to a family in South Africa that are struggling at the moment. I mean, there's not much you can do with a bottle in Ireland. You get 15 cents. If I had to go and take a bottle, one of these, the money that I get for this bottle, and I take it to a place like the Congo, Sierra Leone, Sudan, for example, and some of these war zones, it would definitely make a difference. To help and support me, if you could just click on the button below, the like button, subscribe, and please share this video with your family and friends, that I can get as much support as possible. Currently I don't have any sponsors. I'm doing this all on my own. I'm collecting the food on my own. I'm collecting the bottles on my own with no sponsors whatsoever. Now and then a couple of people might help me with at work with a few cans and things, and I do really appreciate it. And also people in Ireland, if you see me, and support my channel. Like I say, just click on the button below, on the link below, the like, share and subscribe. Well folks, the Ferns Castle, where I'm going to be cycling from today, my first 20 kilometers, the furthest I'm going to ever cycle. Let's go into the castle and have a look at this thing. It's just basically a shell, this thing. It's quite amazing actually. It's very pretty. It's quite ancient, as you can see. And yes, what a castle. Now we're in the inside of the castle, what's left of it. And got no idea what this big rock here in the middle is. As you can see, this thing is ancient. We'll try and find out what it was about in a few minutes. And I can tell you, folks. Well, the Ferns Castle was built in the 13th century. What actually happened here, it was between two new towns. This apparently used to be two towns. But anyway, there was a feud between a bishop and some Lord William Marshall, which started around 1212. It appears that Marshall stole some of the bishop's land and refused to surrender it. The castle was taken and burnt by the Irish in 1346. It gives you an idea how old this place is. So they're jumping all over the show. So it's from 1212, there was a feud between some bishop. Then they burned the place again in 1166, which is a long time ago. It was quite something. So there was a bit of conflict here, like there was in most Irish towns. But anyway, that's the history, and that's the story regarding the Ferns Castle. Anyway, folks, let's go. Let's hit the road. Interesting ride. Let's go for it, folks. It's kind of going to be a bit busy just now. A lot of people still at church. And this is part of my training. I've got a 20-kilometer training trip. Not the easiest of bikes, guys. Kind of windy, not exactly pleasant. Problem with these Irish roads, they're just so goddamn narrow. A lot of people greeting on the road, playing hooters. Very nice. Morning. I think my trike fascinates people. It's not something you see every single day. And people are kind of fascinated by it. So it's something different. And it's not an easy thing to cycle, to pedal. It's a bit top heavy. Gets a bit scary at times. But yep, we're getting there. You know, the last time I was cycling, I mentioned I don't have cycling gear. But as I've been watching these other guys on TV, these other adventure guys cycling through Africa, especially the one guy on the Trike, Kino Eves. If you want to watch him, his name's Kino Eves. He's cycled all the way France to Cape Town. In his last video, which was released yesterday, he's currently in Mozambique. I've been watching these guys cycle, and they don't have fancy cycling gear, and most of them anyway. I think there was one crowd I watched, but he was in a race. You know, he wanted to do from Cape to Cape in 90 days or something, which he did do. Fair play to him, but the other guys, they don't wear fancy cycling gear. Kino wears a hat. That's about and glasses. It's about the best of his PPE. But he wears normal short trousers, t-shirt, sometimes no t-shirt. And that's how he does it. So I'm not going to go and waste time and money on specialized riding gear to wear when I'm probably not even going to use it. Yo, this is a bit tough. So I'm going to stick to my Jerusalem cruisers, my short pant, my orange vest. Let me just get off this bike. The seat is kind of uncomfortable. My boom is noom. The seat is kind of uncomfortable. Ah, they're moving, they're flying, but these guys are fit. Morning, or greet. Fascinated by my little trike. Really flying down the road. Makes me look bad on my little yellow trike here. So let's hit the road again, guys. Let's do it. I had to have a break. I'm not really enjoying today's cycling trip. Not at all. I'm kind of, I don't know, just out of breath. But I've got to do it. I've got to push myself to do this, and yeah, I don't really have much of a choice. And these gadgets that I made for my camera, I'm not too comfortable with them. I'm going to have to try and figure out another way to do this. Because I'm scared I'm going to lose my cameras. But like I said, I'm not really in much of a mood today. The weather's against me. Bit of a headwind. A little bit of a children's party outside there. Oh well, let's get to the van, unplug the phone. I know I've got a bit of a hill up there. Some very pleasant people. Bloody bicycle seat is not very comfortable. Not in the right frame of mind for cycling today. But I suppose I can expect those days.